Hello. There comes a moment in every lifetime, sometimes quietly, sometimes through upheaval, when something within us pauses and whispers, there must be another way to see this, another way to hear, another way to understand who we are and why we are here. Today, in this lifetime, many of us are standing at that threshold. When we say, I am ready to live differently, I am ready to see this differently, we are not declaring that we were wrong before. We are declaring that we are willing to soften the edges of certainty, to loosen the grip of inherited narratives, to look beyond reflex, fear, and conditioning, and to allow clarity to emerge from a deeper place. Seeing differently does not begin with the world. It begins with awareness. For much of human history, we have been taught to look outward, first for answers, authority, meaning, and permission. We were trained to see with eyes shaped by culture, history, trauma, belief systems, and survival. These lenses helped us endure, but they were never meant to be permanent because change is always happening. But to see differently now means to recognize that perception itself can mature. It means noticing that we were not allowing ourselves to see, but living every day in what we expected, what we were fearing, what we were told to see, and gently asking, what if there is more than I have allowed myself to notice? When we say, I am ready to hear openly, we are not promising agreement. We are promising presence. Open hearing is not passive. It is courageous. It requires us to listen without immediately preparing a defense, without filtering every sound throughout old wounds or rigid conclusions. It invites us to hear not only words, but intention, pain, longing, truth still forming. To hear openly is to allow silence to teach us, to allow unfamiliar ideas to exist without resistance, to allow the voice within us, the one beneath noise, beneath opinion, beneath fear to speak again. This is especially important now because we live in an age saturated with information, but starved of understanding. We hear constantly, yet listen rarely. We speak loudly, yet connect softly. Open hearing reunites us with humility, the recognition that wisdom does not require domination, and truth does not need to shout. And then comes the deepest statement of all. I am ready to remember source here. The word source need not belong to any single belief, religion, culture, or philosophy. It does not demand that anyone adopt a doctrine or surrender their skepticism. Source can be understood simply as that from which all experience arises. The origin of awareness, the quiet intelligence behind breath, the unifying feel beneath individuality. For some, Source is God. For others, it is universal consciousness. For others still, it is the fundamental order of nature, the fabric of reality itself. The name does not matter. What matters is the recognition that beneath our differences, beneath our stories, beneath our fears and identities, there is something shared, something that animates us, something that witnesses our lives from within. To remember Source is not to look upward or outward. It is to look inward without judgment, without expectation. It is the realization that you are not separate from life observing itself. You are life becoming aware. This understanding matters now because so many of our personal and global struggles are rooted in a single illusion: the belief that we are all fundamentally separate. Separate from one another, separate from nature, separate from meaning, separate from responsibility. From this illusion arise fear, conflict, exploitation, and despair. But when we begin to recognize a shared origin, a shared ground of being, our behavior naturally shifts. Not because we are commanded to change, but because we understand. Compassion stops being a moral obligation and becomes a natural response. Care for the earth stops being political and becomes personal. Justice stops being revenge and becomes restoration. This is how divine, cosmic, and universal consciousness solves problems, not through force, but through alignment. When individuals reconnect with their inner awareness, they begin to act with coherence. When enough individuals do this, societies reorganize organically. Systems built on fear give way to systems built on understanding. This is not mystical fantasy. It is an observable reality. A person who knows themselves deeply does not need to control others. A person who feels connected does not need to exploit. A person who listens inwardly does not need to silence outward voices when they begin to be loud, because you are already hearing yourself, the inner voice. For those who doubt, who question, who do not believe in spiritual language, this is not an invitation to faith. It is an invitation to inquiry. You do not have to believe in Source to notice awareness itself. You do not have to believe in divinity to observe that consciousness exists. You do not have to accept cosmic language to recognize that your thoughts, emotions, and perceptions arise from somewhere deeper than choice alone. But ask, very simply, what is it that is aware of my experience right now? What remains when my thoughts quiet even briefly? That space, however you define it, is worth exploring. And the most important truth of all is this: no one can show you this from the outside. The place to look has always been within. Not within the stories you tell yourself, but within the stillness beneath them. Not within the roles you perform, but within the awareness that observes them. not within what you think you are, but within what you are before thought. From this place, seeing differently becomes natural. Hearing openly becomes effortless. Remembering source becomes inevitable. Conceive in your mind right now a world where people pause before reacting, where disagreement does not erase dignity, where differences met with curiosity instead of fear, where progress includes the soul, not just technology. This world does not begin with governments or institutions. It begins with individuals willing to say quietly and sincerely, I am ready. Ready to see beyond conditioning. Ready to hear beyond noise. Ready to remember what has never truly been lost. This is readiness, not a weakness. It is maturity. And when we meet one another from this place, not as enemies, not as strangers, but as expressions of a shared origin, we do not divide further. We unify, not by becoming the same, but by honoring the same source, shining through many forms. In your imagining of that, could you see yourself there? Or would you be able to expand and move forward to be one of the many to help create this reality and shape it as it constantly changes? Let me say this. May this remembering be gentle. May it be honest. May it be inclusive. And may it guide us individually and together into a future shaped not by fear, anxiety, and alarm, but by understanding, compassion, and love. Because when we remember who we are, we remember one another. And if you can do that, please say to yourself, I am ready. Until next time, live in peace. Give and receive genuine hugs and love like your life depends on. Goodbye for now.